Turn the volume up.
Yeah.
This that blueprint talk.
DJ, you wanna fade him.
The Dream Hustle Podcast. Let's walk.
Clock hit midnight, I'm still wide-eyed, wide vision on the whiteboard, whole wall map like a Y. Turn every one day to a date and a budget. Faith in my spirit, but the numbers still crunch quick. Ownership heavy, name on the deed, not guessless. Equity, leverage, cool head, never desperate. No cosign, savior, just God in the game plan. Purpose in the struggle, made a kingdom from the same sand. Late nights, low lights, screen glow on my face. Old fears, new skills, real growth, same pace. Discipline daily, even when the vibe feels off. I don't wait for a feeling, I just show up and push off.
We turn dreams into plans, that's the move right now. The Dream Hustle Podcast, whole crew locked down. From the grind till the crown in hand. Save vision, faith, hustle, let it run through the fan. We turn dreams into plans, that's the move right now. The Dream Hustle Podcast, that's the movement now. If you're locked in the lab, if you're stacking your bands. Save vision, faith, hustle till it's part of your stance.
Indie on the payroll, boss on the bio. Every stream, every sale, got receipts in the file. Studios in the basements, turn the boardrooms quiet. Where ideas go from maybe to bet. Let's try it. Lessons from the losses, wore the L's like armor. Did the math on my habits, cut the ones that harm. The smart hustle, sharp hustle, every move with a purpose. If it don't build a mission, then the time ain't worth it. I pray, then I scheduled, I work, then I measure. Let the metrics keep me honest, let the process be the treasure. It's bigger than a slogan, bigger than the brand. This the Dream Hustle Podcast, whole world understands.
We turn dreams into plans, that's the move right now. The Dream Hustle Pod, this whole crew locked down. From the grind to the crown in hand. Save vision, faith, hustle, let it run through the fan. We turn dreams into plans, that's the move right now. The Dream Hustle Podcast, that's a movement now. If you're locked in the lab, if you're stacking your bands. Save vision, faith, hustle till it's part of your stance.
Hey. Late nights, early flights, late fly, same fight, same high. Feel like we just move right. For every indie in the trenches, every owner in the making. The Dream Hustle Podcast, this the anthem for your patience.
We turn dreams into plans, that's the move right now. The Dream Hustle Podcast, whole crew locked down. From the grind till the crown in hand. Save vision, faith, hustle, let it run through the fan. Save vision, faith, hustle, let it run through the fan.
Yo, peace. What's good, Dream Hustlers? It's your man, DJ Universe. Last episode, we talked about belief. We talked about faith. We talked about willpower. We talked about choosing between believing or staying stuck. But today, we taking it a step further because belief by itself ain't enough. Belief is the spark, but hustle is the engine. And if you know anything about me, you know I'm always talking about building from scratch, making something out of nothing, turning the vision into something real. That don't happen off belief alone. It starts there, yeah, but it can't stop there. Today I'm breaking down what I call the Dream Hustle process, the journey from a thought in your mind to a reality in your hands. And I want y'all to really hear me on this, because a lot of people got dreams. A lot of people got ideas. A lot of people say, one day I'm going to do this. I'm going to build that. I'm going to launch this. I'm going to change my life. But then time passes. Weeks pass. Months pass. Sometimes years pass. And the dream is still just sitting there, untouched. Why? Because they stopped at belief. They got inspired, but they ain't build no structure around the inspiration. They felt motivated, but they ain't create no process behind the motivation. And motivation is cool, don't get me wrong. Faith is necessary. Belief is necessary. Willpower is necessary, but if you really want to go from dreaming to doing, from thinking to touching, from imagining to owning, you need more than energy. You need movement. You need discipline. You need a system. That's what this episode is about. Not just dreaming big, but understanding how dreams actually get built. Not some fantasy, not magic, not sitting around hoping the universe just drops everything in your lap. Nah, I'm talking about process. I'm talking about the steps that take something invisible and make it visible. And I've seen this in real life. I've lived this in real life. Raised in Ohio, moved to Florida, started from scratch, kept building, kept pushing, kept creating. That mindset right there, that's why I always say anybody with a dream can make it reality. Not because it's easy, not because it's overnight, but because it's possible when you work the process. So if you've been sitting on something, a brand, a podcast, a business, a platform, a new direction for your life, this episode is for you. If you've got that feeling in your spirit like, man, I know I'm meant for more, this is for you. We're going to break this thing down, simple and real. The dream hustle process, how you go from just believing to actually building. Let's get into it. Step 1 is the vision. Everything starts with a vision, not a wish, not a random idea. A vision, something you can see clearly in your mind. Before the Dream Hustle podcast ever existed, it was just a thought, a vision, a voice in my head saying, you got something to say, you got something to build. That's how it starts. Quiet, internal, sometimes small, but real. And here's the thing about vision. Most people kill it early. They doubt it. They question it. They overthink it. They ask other people for permission. And that right there, that's where a lot of dreams die. Because vision doesn't need approval. It needs protection. If you can see it clearly, that's step 1. Protect what you saw before the world tries to talk you out of it. Step 2, belief and faith. This is what we touched on last episode, and it matters even more once the vision shows up. Because it's easy to have a vision. It's hard to believe in it when nobody else does, when there's no results, no money, no support, no proof. That's where faith comes in. Faith is believing before you see. Faith is moving without guarantees. Faith is saying, I don't know how this is going to work, but I know I'm going to make it work. When I started the Dream Hustle, there was no audience, no guarantee, no roadmap, just belief. And that belief kept me moving, not because everything was lined up perfect, but because I decided I wasn't going to wait for perfect. I was going to build with what I had. Then step 3, relentless action. This is where dreamers get separated from builders, because a lot of people believe, a lot of people dream, but not everybody moves. The Dream Hustle wasn't built off one episode. It was built off consistency, recording, posting, promoting, learning, adjusting, repeating, day after day, week after week. No applause, no spotlight, just work. That's manifestation right there. Not wishing, working, not hoping, building, not waiting, executing. Then you get to adaptation and growth. And this part is real important because the plan will change. Your first idea won't be perfect. Your first version won't be the best. And that's okay. Growth is part of the process. You adapt. You learn what works. You learn what doesn't. You refine. You evolve. If you stay in the game long enough, what you're building starts getting stronger. And finally, alignment. This is where people start calling it luck. But it's not luck. It's alignment. When you stay consistent, when you stay focused, when you keep building, opportunities start showing up. People start noticing. doors start opening. But those doors don't open for people who quit early. They open for people who stayed ready. Alignment is what happens when your preparation and your consistency finally meet opportunity. So let's put the whole thing together. The Dream Hustle process is this: vision, belief, action, adaptation, and alignment. That's the formula. That's how you go from thought to reality. That's how you manifest for real. Not magic, not luck. Process. You start with the vision. You see something before it exists. Then you back that vision with belief. You hold on even when there's no proof yet. After that comes action, and not halfway action either. Relentless action. Showing up again and again, recording, posting, promoting, learning, adjusting, repeating. Then comes adaptation. You let the work teach you. You grow, you refine, you evolve. And after staying in motion long enough, alignment starts happening. The right people notice. The right opportunities connect. The next level opens up. And let me say this clearly. The Dream Hustle podcast itself is proof. This platform didn't appear overnight. It was built from a vision, backed by belief, driven by action, refined through growth, aligned with opportunity. That's manifestation in real life. The Dream Hustle led to Down by Law management. That led to the Hip Hop Hero League TV network. That led to partnerships. And that's the part I want people to understand. Opportunities didn't just come out of nowhere. They came from consistency. They came from showing up. They came from building something real over time. One move led to another move. One platform opened the door for the next. That's how infrastructure gets built. That's how something small turns into a platform, a movement, and more. So, if you're listening right now and you've got something inside you, a vision, a dream, a calling, don't ignore it. Don't doubt it. Don't wait. Start building it. Protect the vision. Keep the faith. Take the action. Learn as you go. Stay in position long enough for alignment to meet you. Because the only difference between a dream and a reality is execution over time. I'm going to say that again, because that's the whole message right there. The only difference between a dream and a reality is execution over time. Dreamers can't just believe in their dreams. They gotta build them. All right, Dream Hustlers, this is your reminder. You don't just believe in your dreams, you build them. Dream big, hustle hard, own everything, and I'll see you at the top. We got more coming, so stay locked in. Teamwork makes the dream work, and hustle is the muscle that moves mountains. So on that note, until the next episode, gratitude, blessings, and one love. Peace.
Here's DJU. Walk in the room, that's proof. Blueprint tucked in the suit. Turn every bar to a business move. Down by law management, say it with respect. Name on the paperwork, name on the check. Ownership talks, I don't flex on credit. Put my people in position, then I go let them set it. We don't chase cosigns, we sign our own. Turn a mixtape dream to a bossed up home. From the basement grind to the boardroom seats. Got a LLC for the legacy, not just tweets. This that on your masters, this that on your mind. We building brands for the long run, not just a quick shine. Down by law, we stand on it. Heavy on the code, keep our hands on it. Independent, but the power feel enormous. Strategy and honor, that's the real performance. Down by law management, write it in stone. We don't rent respect, we buy back the throne. For the culture, for the fan, for the ones who believe. This is CEO anthem, we were born to lead. Let's go. I see a hungry artist, I see a future boss. Teach them equity and leverage, how to price they call. Show them how to make a catalog. Move like stock, make the merch feel rare, make the logo talk. Brand on point from the rollout plan to to the drop date, timing to the core date. One fans, we break bread fair. Loyal to the soil, never snake the circle, keep the contracts loyal. I'm talking late night calls, early AM flights. Turn pain into product, turn struggle into rights. Got lawyers on the line, got mentors in the room. If they try to play the culture, we return with truth. We stand on it, heavy on the code, keep our hands on it. Independent, but the power feel enormous. Strategy and honor, that's the real performance. Down by law management, write it in stone. We don't rent respect, we buy back the throne. For the culture, for the fam, for the ones who believe. This is CEO anthem, we were born to lead. Who taught you how to read that deal? Who told you that your art worth real? Who showed you that your face could be a seal on a company you built that's generational still? We ain't just chasing charts, we chasing freedom. Turn every last fan to a kingdom, we lead them. Down by law, that's the code, that's the creed. We don't just win alone, we make leaders succeed. Down by law, we stand on it. Heavy on the code, keep our hands